Good morning to one and all. I'm Padma Priya, Assistant Professor of Department CSE in RMD Engineering College. Today, we are going to see the topic Risk Management in Transportation under the subject Supply Chain Management. Risk Management in Transportation. There are three main types of risk considered when transporting a shipment between two nodes of the network. They are the risk that the shipment can be delayed, the risk that the shipment does not reach its destination because the intermediate nodes or links are disrupted by external forces, and the risk of hazardous material. In all these cases, it is very important to identify the sources of risk and their consequences and plan suitable mitigation strategies. Now we are going to see the three types of risk and for the mitigation strategies for each and every category. Delay. So delay is a type of a risk which arises because of congestion along the links such as the roads or nodes such as ports and airports. When the congestion is the cause of the delay, the mitigation strategy for any shipper should be to move the inventories closer to the destination or to use the alternative lanes and building a buffer into the lead time. This congestion delays can be mitigated by also designing a good network with multiple routes to the destination and changing the routes in real time based on the congestion. So the congestion delays can also be mitigated through the use of the congestion pricing by the owner of the transportation node or link. The delay can also be arise because of the limited availability of the transportation or the infrastructure capacity. So these kinds of the delays are the more prominent one which has been faced in the present situation, and it is also been faced by many assets by third parties which has been serving multiple customers. So these delays is mitigated by owning some transportation capacity or by signing long-term contracts for transportation capacity with a third party. Given the high cost of owning these assets, it is best to do so for parts of the network where the utilization is high. The next risk is going to be the disruption. The disruption at transportation links or nodes may occur because of the natural events such as hurricanes or human-made events such as terrorism. The best mitigation strategy in this case to design an alternative routing in the transportation network. For example, in 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan, it has disrupted the flow of product in many supply chains. As a result of the earthquake, the Toyota company has announced the delay of two new additions to the previous line like wagon and minivan. When considering both delay and disruption risk, it is very important to identify the sources that are likely to be correlated across the network. For example, the events like September 11, 2001, the plane, the air crash caused a disruption in air transportation across the entire United States. So during that time, the alternative routing were useless because no alternative route was available. For such correlated sources of risk, the only option is to decrease the probability of such a disruption. The next risk is going to be the hazardous material. The hazardous material can be very, very harmful when people and environment, when it is being exposed to the people or environment. The goal of the risk mitigation here is to minimize the probability of exposure and even in the event of exposure to minimize the impact. So the mitigation strategy here is to use the modified containers or low risk transportation modes, selecting the routes with a low accident probability or reduced population and environmental exposure, and modifying the physical or chemical properties of the material which is being transported so that it can be less dangerous even when it is being exposed to the environment or the atmosphere. So these are the various risks which has been involved in the transportation and the mitigation strategies for these risks. Thank you.